Hi everyone, welcome to Midweek Catch Up, where I talk to you about things that have been going on with me. We just catch up in the middle of the week or cover some hard hitting topics. So today I actually wanted to talk to you and share with you an experience that I had the other day. And that experience in itself simply showed me the positivity of humanity. And at the moment, I felt overwhelmed with love, like throughout my whole body. And I wanted to share it with you because it's so simple, and really showed the solid connection, the solid soulful connection between two people, regardless of their background, the color of their skin, the race that they are, anything. It just, putting all of that aside, this was a pure connection between two human beings. And for the privacy of these two people, I'm just giving the experience that I had from my version through my lens. Sorry about Spud. It's very needy for my attention at the moment. So recently I've been doing a bit of research into Black Lives Matter. I have to admit that I don't have a lot of knowledge of the history and even what's happening today. So I have been looking more into this, researching. I know since I've been in my 20s, I have been watching more documentaries, and even recently I watched a movie that was, I forget what the name of it is. It's like something silly, but it was about like silly title, but it was like basically about the KKK. And it was meant to be funny, but I found it really confronting, and to really see what was happening back then. And I still have a lot to learn, but I just wanted to share this one thing with you that completely turned things around for me, and why it's so difficult for all of us to be one, and why we have to have a thought or a question to put somebody else down based on our race or the color of our skin. So it goes like this. So the other week I went to acknowledge somebody very close to me and acknowledge their achievements. And in this moment, it was basically in a room where people could stand up and acknowledge this white male, could acknowledge him for his growth and his achievements and for what he's done. Now, the last person to stand up in that room to speak was an Aboriginal woman. And she said, quote, "Anna, you're my brother and I'm your sister." And she went on to talk about how much he had helped her in her own journey, and how much support he'd been there for her, and respect, and how much she had looked up to him. And as simple as that, I could see that connection between two people, a white male and an Aboriginal female, and be truly connected forever. Maybe not forever, but right now, that's how they both felt. And it just blew my mind, because why can't it be that simple? Why does one person feel the need to put the other person down for whatever reason, to make themselves feel better? On generally speaking, between humans, that's what happens. But on a racial level, why? That's where I'm at. Why? A lot of, and this is becoming very prevalent to me, that a lot of these things are so simple. Yet it's complicated by so many people's opinions and the conditioning of histories and past, that it's the way things started out and I don't know if intergenerational was the right word, but it's gone on for generations and generations and generations. And I can see that, like you might even, some of you watching now, you might think even your grandparents are a little bit like that, or your great grandparents were. And I just don't see why. It just as pure kindness and compassion from one human to another, it confuses me on why it's so blown up and really hurtful in return. What I was going on to say is that even all the tools that I've been given on my personal development journey, and the things that I've really worked on, and the ways that I've been able to manage my mind, it's actually that fucking simple. But the human mind is so complicated that it enjoys to make things more complicated and bigger than it actually is. That's why we think in the future all the time, anticipating situations when we don't know that it's going to happen. How can you know? Do you know the future? And it's as simple as that on the work on the mind, is as simple as I saw two people from two completely different backgrounds and not an issue between their backgrounds. If anybody has some information or some websites or pages or documentaries that they want to share with me to help me increase my knowledge, please send them through. Send me a DM. I'm really here to study a bit more. And for me, this is about me having my voice and sharing with you my perspective, what I see in my world, because everything that's around me is the reflection of my mind, or the projection of my mind. So I am really trying to get a better understanding, to have more of an opinion, to actually make change, to encourage the change to happen. One of my really good friends has actually been teaching me a little bit more about Aboriginal culture, because she studied it in university, and finding ways that we can help, not coming in from a white privileged background saying, this is how I will help you and this is how I will help you. And the Aboriginal people turn around and say, well, we don't need all that. We just want the little things. As an example, she used to go with her girlfriend and just go out to the community and ask them, what do you need? How can I help you? And they would simply say, just water and blankets. Or it might be something else, but they would go back and then just take it back to them. And I think it's that really important question is, how can I help you? Not just going into any situation, but something, not just going into any situation, but in any time, actually asking the question of how can I help you, rather than just assuming and providing what it is you think that they want. And I'm also learning this in a whole new way. So I just wanted to come on and share my story about something that really hit home to me, and what I'm wanting to speak up about and have more of a voice on. So if you want to share anything with me, I am completely open to it, and I would actually really appreciate it. Or comment below and let me know if you've had something of a similar nature that's really touched you, especially with everything coming to surface at the moment. Thank you everyone for joining me, and stay tuned. I've got some announcements at the end of the week, but you will be hearing more from me on topics like this, where I can actually stand up for what I believe in, and in turn these values do roll out into my business and everything that I create. So it's a whole package. Have a beautiful hump day everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.